Mhm. A lion once fell in love with a beautiful maiden and proposed marriage to her parents. The old people didn't know what to say. They didn't like to give their daughter to the lion, yet they didn't wish to enrage the king of beasts. At last, the father said, ah,
There's the lion.
mhm, hmm, we feel highly honored by your majesty's proposal, but you see our daughter is a tender young thing, and we fear that in the vehemence of your affection you might possibly to do her some injury. Might I venture to suggest that your majesty should have your claws removed, and your teeth extracted? Then we will gladly consider your proposal again. The lion was so much in love that he had his claws trimmed and his big teeth taken out. But when he came again to the parents of the young girl, they simply laughed in his face and bade him to do his worst.
Okay. Poor lion, right? They made
Yeah.
him take his claws off and his teeth off, and well, he lost his identity. I think. What do you guys think is the moral of the story? It's a sad story, but well, what do you think is the moral of the story?
Mm, probably that you don't need to shank for someone. I don't know.
Okay, you don't need to change for someone. For someone, you don't need to change. Well, you don't need to. It's like it's not necessary, but you couldn't. You shouldn't change.
You shouldn't.
Is probably a stronger advice. I like this,
Mhm.
but you shouldn't change for someone else's desires or wishes. But
Yeah.
this makes sense. Yeah. What do you think, Mitch? Thank you, Mickey. What do you think
Well,
about this story?
the same as Mickey, adding to that is like if the other people force you to change, that means that they didn't love you at all, or in reality.
Oh, that's an interesting comment. If others make you change,
They don't love
then
you.
it means that they don't love you. Well, that's an interesting comment. I don't know. Do you think that people can make you change for the better, or only for
Oh,
their
of
Yes.
personal?
course. But maybe in the personality of the people just don't like, but in reality they don't doing anything wrong, but they force you to change to I don't know because they want, and I
Okay.
think that's not a good behavior for well, I mean, if they don't doing anything wrong, why the others want to change their personality?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Well, this is interesting because I would say that we shouldn't. It's very similar. Actually, the base of what I'm going to say is what you say in your sentences, what you guys say. I think that we shouldn't lose our identity. We shouldn't lose our identity because if you're a lion, you're a lion. Behave as a lion, right? If you
Mhm.
are a lion, just behave as a lion. That's it.
Yeah.
And also, if you are a lion, why do you want to get married to a maiden? A maiden is, as the father says, very tender, very not very strong. So lions marry lions, boys marry girls, tigers marry tigers. So I think we should keep focus on who we are and where we should be, not falling
Yeah.
in love with someone who is totally different from us. I think that's well, yeah, an interpretation, subjective, of course.
Yeah. I agree.
You do? Okay.
Mhm.
Very nice. Well, there are plenty of Aesop's fables. Why don't you look up for one fable that you want? I'm going to create a Jamboard for you guys. Actually, I'm gonna create one here now, and then we can put them here and comment about the Aesop fables here. Can we do that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
So let's look for an Aesop fable that you like, and then we discuss it. Some more of Aesop fables. I'm gonna send you the link to
Thank you, teacher.
share your editor. Copy the link. Now paste it here. I pasted it in the chat. So it is here.
There is my, well, the fable that I choose, teacher.
Okay, very nice. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Hedgehog, a fox, the hedgehog. Translator. What is the hedgehog? It's the. How they have a name for that? Okay, let's see. Mitch has finished.
So,
Yeah, hedgehog is a puercoespín, right? Hedgehog. Okay. Uh, are you still missing a little bit of the story, Mickey?
Sorry, teacher?
Are we missing a little bit of the story of the hedgehog? Because it looks like there is a little part missing. I don't know if it's complete or it
Mm,
has a
no.
missing part.
No, teacher, I think that it's complete. Oh, no, no, no. Wait a little bit. One part
Was missing, right?
was missing. Yeah. Can you see it now, teacher?
Uh, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. I can see everything now, Mickey. Thanks.
Yeah.
Interesting answer. What is happening? What do you think of the
Mm,
answer?
well, mm, I don't know. I can imagine that is for example, that you learn enough that for the next time you don't gonna make the same mistakes. I don't know how to interpret.
Yeah, how to interpret the story?
Hmm.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting. Let's read it. Can you read it, please?
Yes, sure. A fox, after crossing a river, got its tail entangled in a bush and could not move. A number of mosquitoes, seeing its plight, settled upon it and enjoyed a good meal undisturbed by its tail. A hedgehog, strolling by, took pity upon the fox and went up to him. "You are in a bad way, neighbor," said the hedgehog. "Shall I relieve you by driving off those mosquitoes who are sucking your blood?" "Thank you, Master Hedgehog," said the fox, "but I would rather not." "Why, how is that?" asked the hedgehog. "Well, you see," was the answer, "these mosquitoes have had their fill. If you drive these away, others will come with fresh appetite and bleed me to death."
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, uh, what is your interpretation of this story?
Mm, well, I think that is hard to
Interpret.
interpret.
Yes.
But I think that the moral of the story is that when you made a mistake or something occurred to you, you can learn of that and probably uh, don't try to don't do again. I don't know. That's
Well,
why I choose I choose
I
this table
yeah.
because I have like this doubt.
Okay, it makes sense. Your explanation is totally logical. It makes total sense to me. Um, Look, how was the situation of the fox when she first met the hedgehog? Was it good or was it bad? When she had the
Mm,
mosquitoes on the tail,
yeah,
it was a bad situation, was it not?
yeah, was a bad situation.
So I don't know if Mitch could read the story. Were you able to follow the story, Mitch, of the hedgehog and the fox and the fox, the hedgehog, and the mosquitoes? Could you read the story, Mitch?
Okay.
Yeah, but
Um,
you were able to read it, or you couldn't listen to it. Could you listen to the story when Mickey read it, or you couldn't?
I couldn't. My tablet got freeze and stopped to hearing you.
I got frozen. It froze. Okay, well, let's read it again then, please. Let's read it, Mitch, please. Can you read it? Mickey read it, but let's read it again, please. You read it now, Mitch, please.
Okay. Um, a fox after crossing a rebel go its tail entangled. What means entangled? In a bush.
Entangled is atrapada, encerrada, atrapada en un arbusto. The tail entangled in a bush.
Okay. Thank you. And could not move. A number of mosquitoes seeing its plague settle upon. What means that? Plague settle upon.
Plight, after seeing its plight, su problema, Cerro Laponet se enfrascó en ella and enjoyed a good meal. The mosquitoes saw the problem that the fox had and enjoyed a good meal and disturbed by its tail. So the mosquitoes started to suck blood from the tail of the fox.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And enjoyed a good meal and there stopped at its tail. A hedgehog strolling by took pity upon the fox and went up to him. You are in a bad way, neighbor, said the hedgehog. Shall I relieve you by driving out those mosquitoes who are sucking your blood? Thank you, Master Hedgehog, said the fox, but I would rather not. Why? Who's that? How is that? Asked the hedgehog. Well, you see, was the answer these mosquitoes have had their fill. If you drive this way away, others will come with fresh appetite and bleed me to death.
Fresh appetite. Well, yeah, that's true. So I was asking Mickey what the moral of the story was, and he gave an interesting idea. I don't know if you have another idea of the moral of the story, Mitch. What is your idea for the moral of this interesting story?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe could be. We don't have to be. I don't know how to say mediocre.
Mediocre?
Uh-huh. Mediocre because later the things that you were doing well, you have to doing well, could come back and even worse.
Okay, well, that's an interesting interpretation. Yes, yes. It makes total sense. I was thinking of the following reasoning. The original situation of the fox was bad. So the situation of the fox was bad.
Bad.
She got trapped with the tail in the bush. The tail got entangled in the bush, right? Well, that was a problem. But then, if the fox, if the hedgehog uh, would scare the mosquitoes away, the situation would be worse, right? The
Mhm.
situation
Mm-hmm.
would be worse. So the moral, in my opinion, is if you are in a bad situation, don't make it worse, or don't worsen your position or your situation if you're in a bad situation. Don't
Yeah,
make
Mm-hmm.
it worse. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's
Yeah,
more or less.
totally.
yeah,
And
totally makes sense.
it has happened to people, to me at least, to friends, to family members, to colleagues, to many people that I have seen in life, not all the time, of course, occasionally, right? that you have a little problem and then you rush to fix it and then you just make it worse.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better to just be patient, to be cool, to be relaxed, and solve the problem little by little, not just impatiently and you make it worse. Well, this was a very good fable, Mickey. Thanks.
Thank you, teacher.
Um, could you find another fable, Mitch, that you like that you can present, and then we can see there are
Mm,
many sites with lots of fables. Let's see. Aesop's fables. Aesop's fables.
what means Aesop's?
Aesopo is the author of the fables, el autor de las fábulas. Aesop's fables, like
Oh,
Aesop's fables. And you have many here. They are very famous. Some are here, for example. You can look up this book. Let's see. There may be Aesop's fables. So there are, where are they? The bowman and the lion. And they're pretty small sometimes. The fox and the grapes. This is very famous. The kid and the wolf. I am sure that you know many, many, many of these ones. The fox and the grapes. The grapes are sour. The kid and the wolf. The wolf and the lamb. The dog, the cock. Okay, this is interesting. Maybe the lion and the fox and the lion. Why don't you read this, Mitch, and then we read another one that you find. This is interesting too. Let me paste it here and then. Okay, this is interesting. I will make it a bit bigger and then maybe you can read it. Okay, let's paste it here in the Jamboard. Okay, let's make another one here. I put the link of the Jamboard in the chat of the uh, StreamYard. But okay, let's read it here. Can you read it, Mitch, please?
mhm. The Fox and the Lion. A fox who had never seen a lion when by chance he met him for the first time was so terrified that he almost died of fright. When he met him the second time, he was still afraid but managed to disguise his fear. When he saw him the third time, he was so much emboldened that he went up to him and asked him how he did how he did what?
How he was doing.
Oh.
It's like, how do you do? Howdy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do you think about this one? Familiarity breeds contempt.
Oh, could be then in every community or environment could be harmony on between all the persons, no matter their aspect or their behavior or their look.
Okay, that makes sense. What do you think, Mickey?
Yeah. Well, I think that it's similar that the reading that we had yesterday. And at the beginning, probably you're gonna have like this fear to trying something new. But with the practice and working on it, you can manage it. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, very good. I totally agree, right? Once you become familiar with situations, you cease to fear things and then you start enjoying them and being
Yeah.
more at ease.
Hmm.
Very good. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Let's do just one more that you choose, Mitch. We have the fox and the lion, the two wallets, horse and the groom, the mountain in labor, the bear and the fox, the mouse and the frog, the fisherman piping, the frog and the ox, the vain jackdaw, the house dog and the wolf. Oh, this is an interesting one. I'm sure you know it. Let me. Okay, this you know this, and gives you a good philosophical discussion. Let's let's see if we can read this because it talks about many of the values that we normally discuss in society. And some people go for the wolf, some people go for the dog. Let's see what you guys think. I'll put it here, and I'll just move this. Okay, here it is. It's very famous. I'm sure you know it, but let's discuss it. Let's talk about it for a moment. See what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so here it is. Who wants to read it?
Me, teacher.
Okay, so let's read it, please, Mickey.
Yeah. The house dog and the wolf. A lean, hungry wolf chanced, one moonshiny night, to fall in with a plump, well-fed house dog. After the first compliments were passed between them, "How is it, my friend," said the wolf, "that you look too sleek, so sleek? How well your food agrees with you! And here am I, striving for my living night and day, and can hardly save myself from starving." "Well," says the dog, "if you would fare like me, you have only to do as I do." "Ain't it?" says he. "And what is that?" "Why," replies the dog, "just to guard the master house and keep out the thieves of night, with all my heart, for at present I have but a sorry time of it. This woodland life, where it frosts and rains, is sharp work for—"
Oh, I didn't copy this correctly.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you want, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, you can read it from here, please. Yes.
Mhm. Uh, uh,
This
this
woodland.
woodland, this woodland life, with its frost and rains, is sharp work for me. To have a warm roof over my head and a belly full of victuals always at hand will, methinks, be not bad change. "True," said the dog. "Therefore you have nothing to do but to follow me." Now, as they were jawing on together,
What means that, teacher? Good for.
Jogging on together. They were running together. They were
Ah,
jogging. They were running together.
yeah, yeah, the
okay.
wolf spied a mark in the dog's neck, and having a strange curiosity could not forbear asking what it meant. "Pooh, nothing at all," says the dog. "Nay, but pray," says the wolf. "Oh, a mere trifle. Perhaps the collar to which my chain is fastened." "Chain?" cries the wolf in surprise. "You don't mean to say that you cannot roof when and where you please?" "Why, not exactly. Perhaps. You see, I am looked upon as rather fierce, so they sometimes tie me up in the daytime. But I assure you I have perfect liberty at night, and the master feeds me off his own plate, and the servants give me their tidbits, and I am such a favorite. And, but what is the matter? Where are you going?" "Oh, good night to you," says the wolf. "You are welcome to your dainties, but for me, a dry cross with liberty against a king luxury with a chain."
Okay. So, well, you know the story.
Mhm.
In simple words, what is the story about in simple words? Because they make it very buoyant, very flashy, and this all this vocabulary, which is okay. But what is the summary of the story?
Oh,
Well, the dog was well fed, right? He was eating very well. He was sleek. He was in
Yeah.
good shape.
Mm, th- uh, we need to do like a summary of the fable, or
Yes,
what we
I
need to
see.
do.
Yes. Please, a summary of the fable. Yes, please. What is the summary? So, can you do that
Yeah.
in the Jamboard, please?
Okay.
Write a
Okay.
summary of the story in the Jamboard, and I'm going to leave this, or maybe send you the.
In the same
Give me
link,
a
or
second.
in
Give me a
another?
second. Can I make a phone call really quick?
Yes. Sure. Don't worry.
okay,
Please, really quick. Give me a second. I need to make a phone call. Takes me
it's
two
okay.
minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Let's continue with the what is this?
The summary.
With the summary, please. Let's continue with the summary of the story, please. So let's write it in the Jamboard, please. And the story is where is here, right? I don't know if I should send you the link. Let me send you the link of the book of the
Okay. Sure.
story. Here it is. It is page 20.
Okay.
Page 20. Please, page 20. And the story is And we're going to write a summary here in the Jamboard, please, to write a summary of this Aesop fable, the dog and the wolf. It actually begins in page 19. It actually begins in page 19.
Mm.
Okay, sure.
Please.
Summary.
I'm sorry. So you got the book, right?
Yes, sure. Well, I searched it. I
Okay, okay.
searched. But,
Very good. Yeah, there are other versions because this is pretty cumbersome. This is
mhm.
the language, the vocabulary here is a bit overly sophisticated, so let's choose a better version. Let me take the call. Give me a second, please, guys. Just a
Yes,
second.
sure. Don't worry.
Sorry, guys. I made the phone call that I needed to make, and so everything
Yes,
is fine. Yes.
let's see if it has.
Well, while you write the summary, I'm gonna go get my a cup of coffee really quick, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Okay?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks.
Finish, teacher.
No está.
Ah, no?
No, dijo que fue por un café.
Thank you, guys. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys have a story here, huh? Summary. Why you don't get another like mine? Okay, that's a very interesting conclusion. Truly, freedom without luxuries or luxuries without freedom. Well, that looks looks like a controversial comment.
Teacher,
Yes, Mitch.
how can I say rodeado?
Surrounded,
Okay. Thank you.
surrounded by. For example, the farm was surrounded by trees. By trees. The farm was surrounded by trees.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Was a good summary, teacher?
What was it? What?
Was a good summary?
Very good. Yeah, this is very good. Um, okay, let's just make a couple of corrections. Summary: the
Mm-hmm.
dog and the wolf. The man of the forest with a lot of with a lot of hunger, or he was very hungry. You can say he had hunger, he
Oh, yeah.
had hunger, or he was hungry.
Yeah,
One
hungry
or
is
the
like
other.
hambriento, no? And hunger is hambre.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's one thing. And fear. The wolf was only on bones and skin. Suddenly one dog appeared. Appeared in past tense. I would say appeared.
Ah, yeah. With ED?
Ed, please, yes.
Yeah.
And the dog asked the wolf, "Why are you so weak? Are you hungry?" The wolf took advantage in past
Yeah,
tense too.
because in past. Yeah.
The wolf took advantage of the dog's question and said that he was very hungry, not a lot of hungry, but very hungry. He was very hungry. Why don't you get an owner like mine? Why don't you get an owner like mine?
Like mine?
Like mine.
Okay, okay.
Ah, I can edit so well the Jamboard.
Oh, don't worry. Let's see. I can probably copy this into the other page and we can put that here and make this bigger. It's like a picture, right?
Yes, I can write in the Jamboard. Then I put a image.
Okay. Okay, very good. So I copied the painting, the picture. I'm sorry, to the other one, Mitch, to slide
Okay.
number 4. And then in this one, are you hungry? The wolf took advantage of the dog's question. Question. Yes.
Yes.
Essential is a funny word. Essential, I think, is double S and S. Essential. Essential. Double S and T.
Essential. Yeah.
Double S and T, yes. Then liberty. It's better to have essential things with liberty than with N than luxuries. It's better to have this than that. Than that. Well, let's see. Let's read Mitch's. Um, should we begin with your explanation, Mitch? Can we? With your summary? Uh, I cannot hear you very well. Do you want to? Do you
Can
want?
you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Totally.
I was saying if I read it or what.
Yes, please. Yes, yes. Read your explanations, and then Mickey and I will probably ask you a couple of questions about what you think of the.
At the first sight, the dog could see as if he has a perfect life, because he has an owner, and a perfect life more than the wolf. And when the dog asked to, the wolf was starving, okay, and when the dog invite him to get an owner too, or share owner, the wolf accept happy, and apparently everything gonna be pretty good. But the wolf realized that in the part of the neck of the dog there was a mark which that was provoked, sorry, that was provoked by a necklace. The dog said that that necklace the owners bought him to him be chained or
Yeah.
chained.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes.
In that moment, the wolf realized that not worth the be surrounded about or all around surrounded. of many luxuries if you wanna lose your freedom. It's better have less things or put more effort to get the things instead of be a slave.
Okay, so it's better to have less things, but having freedom. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. What do you think about Mitch's comment, Mickey?
Mm, yeah, well, it's so interesting. Uh, I think that we have the same idea. Um, and yeah, it's true because personally, I think that it's better to have probably not all the luxuries, not all the best things, but with liberty that have all these luxuries and everything that you could imagine without liberty. So yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
no in a extreme way that without nothing and living like a poor life, but maybe just enough.
Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Mickey.
Yes, sir.
Let's read the presentation that you made, the summary that you wrote. Mickey, please, can you read it?
Mm-hmm. Summary: the dog, and the wolf. There was a wolf in the middle of the forest, and no was fixed.
Oh, but we can fix it here. Was very hungry in the forest. There was a
Uh,
wolf in the middle of the forest who was very hungry.
I think that I
Wo-
changed the
wo-
words, but I don't see in the.
You don't see the. Do you want me to update it? Maybe it's just an
Yes, sir.
update what it needs. Update.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just update it. Which was hungry and fear.
No, no
No, it
change.
didn't, right? Which was
Mm-mm.
hungry and fearful. Was hungry and fearful. The wolf was only bones and skin. Suddenly, a dog appeared. The dog asked the wolf, "Why are you so weak?" Took advantage,
In Hungary is hunger, right?
which was there was a wolf in the middle of the forest, which was I changed not had, but he was hungry, which was who was hungry.
Okay, okay, okay.
The wolf was only bones. The other possibility was he had hunger. He had a lot of hunger, but I put
Mm-hmm.
he was hungry.
Okay, okay.
The wolf took advantage of the dog's question, said that he was very hungry.
Yeah.
Here he was very hungry. Why don't you? Why don't
You get
why don't you
owner
get
like mine.
another one? The was confused about the question.
Like
Afterwards,
mine.
excuse me,
Is without the in like the mine. I think it's only like mine.
like mine, yes, exactly. The wolf was confused with the question. Afterwards, the dog started to talk about all the benefits that he had. The wolf was convinced that he needed an owner until he saw a mark in the neck of the dog. He realized that it's better to have the essential things with liberty than
Without
than luxuries
and
without
first
liberty.
without liberty. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Very good, excellent, Mickey. Can you read it, please?
Mm-hmm. Summary: the dog and the wolf. There was a wolf in the middle of the forest, which was hungry and fearful. The wolf only was on bones and skin. Suddenly one dog appeared. The dog asked to the wolf, "Why you are so weak? Are you hungry?" The wolf took an advantage of the dog's question and said that he was very hungry. The dog said, "Why don't you get an owner like mine?" The wolf was so confused about the question of the dog. Afterwards, the dog started to talk about all the benefits that he had. The wolf was so convinced that he needed an owner until he saw a mark in the neck of the dog. He realized that it's better to have the essential things with liberty, than luxuries without liberty.
Okay, I just mixed something. It's better to have. It's better to have the essential things. Essential
Sure to
double
God.
S.
Mhm.
Essential things. Okay, very interesting. So this is a personal question. Of course, people have different approaches. What do you prefer to do, Mitch, and or people in general that you know, friends, family, yourselves, if you want to say, colleagues, classmates? What do people want in general? Why do we become enslaved to material things so much that we lose our freedom? And that happens
Uh,
to everyone. Why?
yep. There actually, I know, in general, I know that people like 50-50. The first 50, they choose a career on a job that they will be happy, and maybe it don't leave them a lot of money, like, I don't know, being a dentist, but they gonna be happy, and if they gonna uh, obtain the essential things to live well, a happy life, that's gonna worth. But the other 50 just choose a career and a job that it gonna let them a lot of money, but everyone knows that the money, it's not all. It's not that all.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Yeah, that's true. What do you think, Mickey, about the same question? Why do some people choose to be enslaved to a wealthy salary, a wealthy, I mean, even social life, but they have a lot of constraints, a lot of restrictions. They cannot smile to everyone because that looks bad, right? They need to dress in a specific way because if not, the society is going to criticize them. So, what do you think about these issues?
Uh, well, I think that is because uh, I think that the majority of the human beings always wants more, and for achieve this, they maybe lose
Freedom.
their their selves. I don't know how to say it.
They lose themselves.
Themselves, yeah, because they see all the material things, and well, if you can realize, uh, every day launch new things. Every day launch uh, a new cell phone, a new car, and I think that is like a constant thought that you need to have this or this that now is one now is new. Now they launch uh, a newest car or a newest iPhone, and we lose like this identity to achieve these things. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, very good. A final comment, and then we talk about the sketches for next week, please. Uh, Geez, again, Thursday I have to go to Toluca, so maybe we choose Friday. Uh, we choose Friday and some other day that you like. Maybe.
At what
Could
day you are
be.
busy?
Excuse me.
At what day you are busy?
Geez, the problem only next week is I'll be busy. Wednesday I have to go to Leon, and Thursday I have to go to Toluca. So I'm free Monday, Tuesday, and uh, well, I don't know if it could be Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday and
Tuesday
Friday.
and Friday.
Is that good?
Oh, no.
Anytime.
Mm,
Tuesday I end classes at 4 now
Four.
because there was a change on the schedules.
Oh,
And
or teacher, we can do the same
uh-huh, Friday
schedule
and
that this week.
this week.
Saturday.
Only
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
next week, and the following week we fix it as normal. Could it
Yes,
be
teacher,
Okay,
like
it's okay.
that?
Yeah, don't
Yes.
worry. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that'd be
okay.
fantastic. That'd be fantastic. That way we don't have to think so much and struggle, break our brains to find a solution.
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. Then I appreciate it very much. I appreciate your consideration. So see you next Friday and Saturday.
Mhm. Yep.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Take care.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a
Take
wonderful
care.
weekend. Enjoy.
You too,
Take
teacher.
Have a
Thank
care.
you.
nice day, teacher.
You
Bye.
too.
Thanks for
Bye
the
bye. See you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye.